Hello and welcome back to VGC for a very special episode of VGC, the video game podcast. I'm Jordan Midler, joined as always by Andy Robinson. Also joining us today is an actor and host you know for their roles in Apex Legends, Destiny 2, World of Warcraft, Black Ops Cold War, Dragon Age the Veilguard, Deathloop, and of course, as the Ghost of Yotei herself, it's Erika Ishii. Erika, how you doing?
Hello, it's so lovely to be able to chat with you.
Of course. You're in sunny London. I don't know what's the weather like down there right now. I'm miles away.
Yeah, it's actually alternating between sunny and rainy, but it's warm.
Yeah.
So I've been. It's just you have walkable streets. There's walkable streets, and there's public transportation that's reliable and regular. It's amazing.
Watch out for the army of knife-wielding thugs, though.
Yeah, it's terrible over there.
If you listen to the media.
Yes, right. Well, I met rugby
Did you bring your
fans.
katana with you?
So, I met rugby fans. And,
okay.
I sort of understand a little bit about it now. But still, I'm an American.
Yeah.
You know what they say about Americans.
Someone pulls a blade on you, you'll just laugh at them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, sweetie.
I'm the Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah. You're like, have you seen this armor I've been wearing all the time? Like, they let me keep that stuff. Like, I've got it with me in my carry-on. You're in London for the BAFTA Game Awards. Is this your first time attending the award show? You've been here before?
It is my first time, yes.
Wonderful. Excellent. Well, we thought we would have a chat about the last kind of crazy year of what's been going on since the launch of Ghost of Yotei and the run-up to BAFTA. So I think we'll start there. Now that we're kind of coming to the end of the cycle of Ghost of Yotei, with the BAFTAs being the final major award show for that year of games, what are some of your personal reflections now that it's all coming to a close?
It's so wild because to me, the real joy and, the thing that made me feel like a winner was getting cast and getting to actually do the job. Being in the mocap volume with some of the best storytellers in the industry, and getting a chance to every day work with the Amanda Wyatt, like the best director to ever do it is, and my co-stars we don't even have time for all that, but my God, it was such a joy and an honor to be part of this that I really didn't think about what was going to happen after I was done making the game. I was like, well, I'll play the game. And so, yes, and then playing the game and the immense relief that it was good and could hold up to the first one, which I was a huge fan of. That was like, great, cool, we're all done. And imagine my surprise when people wanted to talk to me about the game, much less recognize my work in the game. And so that has been sort of a shock to me still near the end of the awards season. I feel very grateful because this year was just such a banner year for games. We had so many incredible, just so many contenders and so many remarkable performances that it's just such an honor to be in the mix.
Erika, I don't mean to pile any pressure on, but after the award circuit in the past kind of 6 months, I can't wait to see your outfit tomorrow.
Thank you. Actually, okay. So a sweetie of mine, Alex Abene, of Abene Atelier, they're twins who are costumers on Broadway. They did the Sleep No More costumes. And we've been wanting to do something together for a long, long time. And so I gave them an idea, a concept, and they came back immediately with inspired sketches. And I said, go. And in a week, they pulled it together and mailed it to me from New York. And I'm very excited because just like me and the game, it's just such a love letter to Japanese culture, but also with a very interesting modern twist on it. And so, I don't normally do the who are you wearing type of a thing, but these are like people that are dear to my heart, and I'm going to be wearing something that I feel like is kind of close to my final form, maybe.
Excellent. I think
thank you for bringing that up.
That's what most of this podcast is going to be about. We're not going to talk about the game or anything like that. We just want to hear about the costume stories. You mentioned there about the mocap volume. Is there an element of creating that performance that players might not understand or appreciate? Because I feel like we've seen a lot of videos of people doing those performances now with like the suits and the cameras in their face. But what element of it did you find yourself discovering that players might not get?
It's interesting. I without getting too granular about it, there's scenes, we call them A, B, or C scenes. So A are fully performance capture. It's our faces, our dialogue. Sometimes you might need to do pickups in ADR if you didn't quite get it, but like truly our sound guys are remarkable and able to get it, even if we're like shouting at each other into the tiny mic in front of our faces. And then B scenes are facial capture, where we're in the booth, and we're most of the time we got to do scenes with each other. We did ensemble recordings, 2 or 3 of us at a time, and those are sort of more smaller cinematic scenes. And then C class are the conversations we have on horseback or call outs during combat, and that's just voiceover. But I think I cannot stress how important it was that we got to work together. Most voiceover is you're alone in a booth. But acting, so much of acting is reacting, and to get to work with your fellow actors, either face to face on the mocap stage or even in the booth is a game changer, truly. There's so much of video game performance is imagined scenarios, right? Even in the volume, when you're working with other actors in a physical space, it's still, you're imagining, okay, there's fire around, it's very hot, it's, you're actually 50 feet away, even though you're 10 feet away in the booth, or in the motion capture volume. It's a lot of imagination, but some of that magic really comes from getting to work with another actor.
Erika, last time we spoke at TGS, the game was just about to come out. So I wondered if you could kind of like share any stories that have happened since release. Anything surprise you? Anything from players? Or what's the journey been like post-release, seeing the game kind of hit the wild?
We spoke a lifetime ago. I was a different person then, I think. I'm older, I'm wiser. It's just been absolutely wild. The game capture photography from fans, and from even Jack Quaid, Hollywood actor Jack Quaid is incredible at video game photography, it turns out, and took the sickest photos of me, which was wild because it is my face and it's me. And so it's almost like I did the sickest photo shoots in the most beautiful locations in the world. But I didn't really, but I have those photos. I might as well print them out and put them around oh, look at me in my cool bug armor. And since then I've really gotten to play it and just steep myself in the world and see some of the incredible performances that I didn't always get to experience firsthand. It's remarkable. Just the game continually blows me away.
Just as a follow-up to that, was there anything that happened in the game that you were quite surprised how it transpired in the game itself as opposed to when you record it? Because there's such a distance of time between you recording it and actually playing it.
It was very nice. For a lot of cinematics, we would get to see the progress of them as went. That's unheard of in video game voiceover, because most of the time you come in either at the beginning or at the end and you're not really part of the process, but I felt very looped into the whole process. So I got to see cinematics grow, but the gameplay, oh my God, it feels so good. I loved the stance system in Tsushima. And so much of the design elements being folded in very well with the stories were remarkable. There's the one sequence in which Atsu is learning on the left hand, strengthening the left hand, doing the bamboo chop. only you're supposed to be using the left part of your controller.
Yeah.
And so you, the player, are having trouble as Atsu is.
Mhm.
And that was a design element that I think was actually added last minute. And so I didn't know until I played it. And it was so shocking to come up against that. And but I love one of the reasons I love video games is the interplay of the immersiveness of the design elements and the story. And so having those two meet was something that I didn't get a chance to even know about in the booth. So I think, that it was just the design elements that were helped build the storytelling were such a surprise to me.
Erika, again, just an opportunity to talk about the 6 months post-release. I mean, obviously, you've been in some big games before, but this is a title role in a big blockbuster, production. I mean, obviously, you can't talk much about, what you're working on right now and what's happening in the future, but has it kind of had an effect on your career trajectory? Have you had people phone up?
No, it has not. Games are hurting right now.
Yes,
and
right.
There are just, everybody getting fired. I advocated in my DICE speech for more protections for workers. And I think, part of it could be due to that. Part of it could be because, there's all sorts of reasons why I'm not sort of just getting offered roles, in the way that I think some people might expect. I think the kind of role like Atsu doesn't come around every day, and I think that I was so fortunate, to be at this point in my career and to have all of this training and experience in games right when it happened. Because, roles for people of color are not as plentiful. And so whether it's because of that or because of the industry circumstances, I know it hasn't really changed my career in voiceover. However, I've been very fortunate in speaking in interviews, I've gotten to get the message out about the state of the games industry and how I would like to see it change. And also, I think it has alerted the public who normally know me from Dropout and comedy and tabletop games that I'm actually in video games. Every day I still get oh my gosh, I just realized that the Ghost of Yotei is Erika, the gremlin from Game Changer. So that has been a real joy, actually.
I think it seems to be it's a big topic at the moment, especially around the BAFTAs. I spoke to the chair this week, Tara Saunders, and she talks a lot about it being, kind of a difficult time and about BAFTA kind of shining a light somewhat for people, around, kind of highlighting the people behind games and in between, kind of ceremonies year round, kind of giving, they hold lots of kind of like social events and stuff like that and, kind of support networks. But there's a lot of newcomers this year in the awards as well, which I think is quite pleasing and probably, kind of something that can bring some optimism. I think it was even the performance category, it's 9 out of the 12. It's their first BAFTA, I think. But it's just, I find it interesting about where it goes from there. It seems to be lots of talent kind of coming in, but do they stay? Do they go into film and television? It's who benefits from, all the great work that's going into games at the moment?
I think for a lot of performers, they find games by accident, and many of them fall in love with it and stay. I specifically wanted to be in games. I did on-camera acting when I was younger, but mostly as an adult going into entertainment, I wanted to be in video games because I love them and I wanted to be characters that I would want to play or romance even. And I think that no matter what, I would love for video games to always be in my life in one respect or another. It'd be nice to just be able to show up and be given acting roles in them. But, you know, if I have to make some sort of a studio or collective myself, that's what I'll do, because I have so many, I came up through indies and have so many developer friends that I just think deserve the world, and I want to give it to them. I want to see weird, passionate games made by people who love games.
I just wanted to change tracks slightly, and something else that's been very important to you is the fact that the Ghost games are so beloved in Japan specifically. The game's fans raised so much money for the Watasumi Shrine for the last game. Is there a different level of pressure stepping into this role when it has this kind of ambassadorial element that I don't think the creators expected for the first game at all, but is definitely a situation that you find yourself in now?
Yes, I was terrified, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, I am Japanese, but I am also very American, and there is always a sort of feeling of not feeling like you belong anywhere when you're a third culture kid. But I have to say, you know, this series is such a love letter to Japanese cinema, which itself is sort of a mixture of Western and Eastern storytelling, you know, like the spaghetti Western, the samurai film. They are inextricable. There's a conversation happening between them and the directors. And so leaning into that and getting to pay homage to the Japanese culture that I love so much. And it was so cool and a little scary, yes. But when I went to Hokkaido recently, there was a performer at one of the Jidaimura, the recreation villages, you know, the Edo period sort of theme parks, who he's in the samurai show, and he heard that we were coming to film something. And so he cosplayed. He had like the Atsu, you know, the lone wolf hat, and he brought the sash from the special edition game. And, you know, he had me sign some things for him. And that to me was, listen, I'm so grateful to be here at the BAFTAs and to be nominated for awards, but that was the winner for me, baby. Yeah. Having someone in Hokkaido be like, oh my God, you're the Ghost of Yotei, in the shadow of Yotei.
I watched that video that you filmed over there, and it seemed like a very emotional experience visiting all those places. Did you expect it to be that emotional, or was it more overwhelming in person for you?
It was, I mean, I'd been imagining these places in my mind for years now. You know, I'd seen footage, but I hadn't, I mean, to see it in person, after I had played the game and after they had lived in my mind for so long, I did get kind of choked up. It felt like coming home.
It's an already an unbelievably beautiful country, but I feel like the Ghost games serve as a sort of virtual tourism for Japan that is really, really kind of incredible. I just wanted to double back to what you said about underrepresented peoples and groups in games. Is there another performer in the space that you would like to highlight, or another game you would like to highlight while you have this opportunity, since you're talking about the biggest of the big game, but we might as well take this moment to kind of raise something else up?
Oh, well, first of all, the performers in the rest of Ghost of Yotei, I really couldn't have done any of it without them. Noshir Dalal and Jeannie Bullitt and Susie Young and you know, just everybody involved. Alex Lee and Judy Allen Lee. They're all so phenomenal, and we would be in the volume sort of marveling, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe we're here with an all Asian cast. Like, I can't believe like I get to work with you, because usually there's only one allowed, you know? And they are remarkable. Like, Fyodor Chin's performance as Saito is such an all-timer, and I definitely want to shout them out. They should get all of their flowers. And, you know, I feel like I've never got to work with her in person, but the Queen, Deborah Wilson, is we've been in a lot of games together, but never gotten to actually be in the booth. And that's my dream, is to get to like work on the mocap stage with her. Like, yeah, she's, she has achieved a sort of legendary status in my mind. And people always have like stories about like, she comes in and she does this vocal warm up that is like a war cry, or she has more reptiles than I do. And, so, underrepresented. I have there are so many of my peers and, actors coming up, I think, that are just, I'm so excited to see what they do next. Truly.
Excellent. We're going to play a little game in a moment, but I have to ask you, because everyone will want to know, if Sucker Punch, be it in the future or years from now, come to you and ask you to revisit Atsu again, is that a door that's closed for you, or will you always want to have a special place for that character?
Atsu will always have a special place in my heart. It's wild that, after 3 years of getting to live in this character, it's so easy to sort of just like pull out the voice again, or to know, oh yes, that's how she would react. I really, really love that they do anthology stories. There's so many, the idea of the title being the remarkable thing, and how each person who assumes the mantle grows in that moment in time in which we play their game, is so compelling to me. I love anthology series, but yes, any opportunity to revisit Atsu's world again, I would jump at. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, we're going to play a game that I didn't realize it was a joke I'd stolen from you, but I googled it and found out it was. This game is Ishii or isn't Ishii, is the which I felt so clever about. I searched it and literally the first result was your tweet. I was like, okay, well, there we go.
The best pronoun joke.
Yeah.
Right?
So I've got 4 quotes here, and you have to tell us whether it's something you've said in a video game or not. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do it. The first one. I sacrificed everything I knew to save our people. I gave them hope, and you did nothing. Ishii or isn't Ishii?
Isn't she? Yeah.
Correct.
I've said something similar as Arunka, I think, but I don't think that's me.
That is Jin Sakai. So I thought maybe.
Right. Yeah. Atsu would never talk about her people.
Yeah, true.
She doesn't have people.
She would just cut off their heads before they stopped talking. Like,
yeah. She's not really one for grand speeches, Atsu. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. God. Some of the Alzheimer's, like, if you had said, like, honor died on the beach sort of a thing, I would have definitely clocked it immediately as Jin, but yeah.
Next up, these wings aren't just to get around, they're a legacy. Ishii.
Valkyrie! Yeah. Yes, Valk will also always have a place in my heart.
Excellent. Second last one. Stick with me now, because this is a pretty verbose one. My country lay within a vast desert when the sun rose into the sky, a burning wind punished my lands, searing the world, and when the moon climbed into the dark of the night, a frigid gale pierced our homes. No matter when it came, the wind carried the same thing, death.
Oh my god.
Ishii or isn't Ishii?
Isn't she? I don't think... I feel like I would remember saying something that epic.
It isn't Shii, but it is from one of your favourite games of all time. It is Ganondorf in The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. One of his...
Oh my god, it's from Wind Waker! But nobody says it. That game doesn't have any I mean, it only has vocalizations, but yeah. Ah, man.
That's a bar. When I read that, I was like, that really from Wind Waker? That's like unbelievable.
Look, Wind Waker is a post-apocalyptic game.
Yeah.
So that is the thing that we forget.
And finally, The Night of the Burning Tree deserves a new ending.
Oh, that's my girl.
Yeah.
That moment and shooting that was so cool.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Just the whole opening to that game. Like, I remember when it came in for review and I started playing it, and within like 5 minutes, it's like up at 11 in terms of like how intense it is. I was like, this is such a different thing to the way it was in Tsushima. Like, it's crazy. And I think it was reflective of the fact that when I was researching people's favorite Atsu quotes, it's all one-liners after you've just brutally murdered someone. Like, it's all tiny little things that you've said, like, shut the door behind me when you go into like the crazy mode and stuff like that. Man, you must have felt so cool during all that.
Atsu has got some bars.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, and the writers, I will always be grateful for that. Cause like it really does evoke the one-liners from like Clint Eastwood or Mifune in Yojimbo. Like they're all just, they can just deliver it with that such a cool, like subtlety. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be cool when I kill a guy.
Well, we are running out of time here. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us. Andy, do you have a London recommendation for Erika while she's here? I don't know how long you're here for, Erika.
Nando's. Have you heard of Nando's? Yeah, go to Nando's.
Cheeky Nando's?
Yeah.
I love Nando's.
Yeah.
Thing is, if everything's going to be awful. If you've come over from the States, everything is going to be bad.
No, I just had Dishoom for breakfast, so you know.
Oh wow, yeah, you're operating on a different level.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm doing London right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of
I
course.
Thanks so much
appreciate
for
it.
coming.
Very good luck at the BAFTA Awards, and thank you to all of you for listening / watching. You can check out more on VGC and check out patreon.com/Video Games Chronicle. Until next time, we'll see you later. VGC is supported by Patreon. Check out patreon.com/Video Games Chronicle for more podcasts, ad-free browsing, and extra content. Thank you for your support.